This is Poetic Justice, the hostess with the mostest for Urban Life Television. This is one part of our segment, Meet the Leaders, and I am here today joined with the principal of Jacox Elementary School in Norfolk, Virginia, Dr. Sherri Archer. Welcome to our show. And I just want to say thank you so very much for having us, Urban Life Television. So I wanted to begin by we had a spectacular day, and we had an activity that you're going to expound upon. But first, I want to touch on the mission of Norfolk Public Schools. So give me a little bit of insight as into the activity and how that ties into the mission, and then we'll get into some other things.
Norfolk Public Schools' mission, again, is to make sure that we're educating our students so that we're giving them and providing them on a daily basis with quality education and developing them to become productive citizens so that they understand what their options are. It also ties in with our achievable results, and we have three. One is to make sure that we're looking at on-time graduation, ensuring that our students understand they are expected to graduate, making sure that they know the path to graduation and what they need to do to get to graduation. Number two is making sure that all of our schools are fully accredited, providing them with high quality instruction on a daily basis. And number three is to improve the system and the communication system that we have within our communities, to involve and partner with our surrounding communities to engage them in the learning process within our school buildings. So today's activity tied into all of that because we had a nationally recognized artist here with us today, and his message was anti-bullying, it was developing leadership skills, and it was also developing self-esteem, and just demonstrating to our students what they can achieve when they're on the right path, and then helping them to understand what the right path is, and how if others are not making good choices, how it's best for you as an individual to make the right choices. Okay, and the artist that was with us is Mr. Gene Elliott Thornton, Jr., formerly Malice of the group Clips. He's now changed his name to No Malice, and he's written a book, Wretched, Pitiful, Poor, Blind, and Naked. This book we will be sharing with our parents. This is something that's more so written for their level, for the adult, but also what they can learn in a book study with our parent liaison, Ms. Alice Randall, can then also be lessons that they share when appropriate for their children. So that's how we're kind of tying in and again, making sure that everyone does understand all ideas are needed. Everyone is welcome to help participate in educating our students.
Well, that was really well said, and I think that your students, I know for a fact your students were very elated when Mr. Gene Thornton, aka Malice, walked through the door. No Malice, should I say, walked through the door. Their faces just lit up, and they had no idea what was taking place today. So with the SOLs coming about, and with everything else that needs to be implemented in order to successfully move our students along, what would you say the expectations were for you as the school building's principal, one on an activity like this? How were the students selected, and how would you like to incorporate future projects as such like this?
The students that were selected for this particular activity are some of our students that are leaders and do demonstrate leadership skills, and we want to make sure that those skills are targeted in the right direction. It was an incentive to provide them with positive feedback on the behavior that they've corrected and the things that they're doing, appropriate things that they're doing within the building. So whenever we can encourage students, whenever we can partner with outside, folks that want to come in and kind of help us with the process, we always want to be able to provide our students with more, so that they can see there's so many things available to you when you link up with the right people and you're linking up to do the right things. So that's basically how that tied in today, and that's what we're open to continue to do with more community partnerships.
Thank you, Dr. Archer, for that. And I just want to say you're a new building principal here to Jacox Elementary. What was your prior teaching experiences and your other capacities of leadership?
I actually have been a classroom teacher. Started out at Chesterfield Elementary quite a few years ago, and just worked in the system for some time before becoming an administrator. I was an assistant principal around the street at Dreamkeepers when Dreamkeepers Academy first became an academy, and then I've also had an experience at Camp Allen Elementary as the building principal. As far as developing the leadership, again, you want to be able to work well with the school community, work well with different organizations to do what's necessary to help move a entire building. So my focus to be here is to continue to build on all the wonderful things that are already happening at Jacox and to provide them with the best leadership possible.
Okay, and as a former educator with Norfolk Public Schools myself, each building's principal have their own vision and mission. And this is a very hands-on community school. I was over here at your school the other night, and you all had a PTA meeting, and it was well involved. I saw the students as well as their parents had the opportunity to meet with their teachers, and it wasn't just in a conference type of module. They were hands-on. They had problems, math problems on the table. They had other little activities and things to do, and I had never seen anything as such like that. So that was different all in itself. And to combine with today's activity, I just want to say hats off to you, Dr. Archer, and what you're doing. You utilize a lot of the community resources with Norfolk Court Service Unit as well as Norfolk Police Department, a lot of the Civic League. So you're really, really hands-on. Early mornings, late nights, you're here. You're very active in your kids' life, meaning your students, as well as your teachers, So you have a good rapport established with your teachers, a very tight-knit ship here at Jacox Elementary. And I'm very, very impressed, and I hope that continues on throughout your leadership here and beyond. Any closing or last-minute remarks as to any new programs developing at your school, such as a drama club or extracurricular activities? I looked on your wall. I saw that you have had a golf club here or something like that. So the kind of think out the box type of activities. What do you have forthcoming?
We do recognize that there's extreme importance to developing our children in many ways. So we've actually basically already extended our day where we have so many activities in the evenings. We do have a Jacox basketball team, so we've continued to do that. This year we've added a Jacox cheerleader squad so that we also have some cheerleaders. We do have a drama club. We do have a chess club. We do have a dance club. We're going to add on, right now I'm sort of playing phone tag with the lady that wants to come back and do the golf club. So that will be reinstituted soon. So quite often I'm constantly getting phone calls with people wanting to come in and to give our students more opportunities. It is so important that we're able to link them up with activities that they're interested in and to keep them hooked on learning so that we can keep them engaged in school. My goal is that we continue to do more of that. We, make it as vast and as varied as possible so that we hook into the interests of our children so that we're providing them with extracurricular activities as well as a rigorous curriculum.
Wonderful. And one last thing that I negated to include, listening audience, is that I also saw that they were giving out free haircuts. Wow, could you say, you can't get any better than that, in order for a child to be able to matriculate well within their studies. Self-esteem and visual appearance is extremely imperative. I also noticed that your students wear uniforms, which that is a wonderful aspect because you're not able to divide the student who may be able to, say, for instance, have a more materialistic accompaniment of clothing versus the student who's barely struggling to get here and accomplish their work. So it kind of ties everyone to be uniform within a word, if no pun intended. But definitely, I want to just say great job what you're doing. I'm really excited for the things to come here at Jacox Elementary. Definitely want to give a shout out once again to Gene Thornton Jr., aka Malice of the Clips group that came over to give back to the community. The message was very strong: anti-bullying, education is the focus, no truancy, and becoming productive adults. This has been a segment here with Urban Life Television. Meet the leaders beyond the classroom, and I'm joined once again with the very lovely Dr. Sherri Archer, and who is also a member of Delta Sigma Theta Incorporated, and I'm a member of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. So two separate sororities, but we're here, one mission and one common goal. So that's what we need to disseminate to our kids, our students. It takes a village. Once again, thank you so very much, Dr. Archer, for everything that you're doing. Any last minute remarks?
I would like to also thank, we have Pastor Turbin and his wife that also come, and they are actually volunteering on a regular basis. They have a group of adults that come in during the day, and they help our students out with computer acquisition and computer programs, and also learning letters and sounds on the computer. They work with our little ones in kindergarten, but again, that's yet another way that community organizations are getting involved. They actually gave Jacox an entire computer lab, and they purchased all of the computers, everything that's in that lab. So I don't want to don't want to forget to thank them as well. So as you've stated, this does take a village. This is not something that the school can do alone, and we appreciate all of our organizations that call up, that want to get involved and do a wonderful job of being involved.
Yes, and also to your very lovely staff here. Your building was well organized during this assembly and event. It was very organized from your staff, your office staff, very friendly and attentive. Your students were very well behaved. I've never seen a group of, primary students as well as your fifth graders who are considered to be the seniors of the building. And they were very tentative. They were very active and participating with directives. So you may have some future silver screen persons in the building.
We do. I think we do. I'm just so very proud of those students today because, again, this was something that they did, and they did not have any coaching, but it also speaks to the talent that children can display. Really, they were able to step right up and did an awesome job of representing Jacox, and also letting everyone know that good things are happening here at Jacox.
Wonderful. This has been a wonderful, exciting day. I'm so ecstatic of all the things to come in the community. You never know where Urban Life Television is going to be. This is our Meet the Leader segment and Beyond the Classroom with Norfolk Public Schools here at Jacox Elementary in Norfolk, Virginia, with the very lovely Dr. Sherri Archer. Thank you so very much for tuning in, and I'm the hostess with the mostest, Poetic Justice. Stay tuned for future endeavors and have a great day.